It's about that time, y'all, like we always do. Every time, every week, about the same time. So go ahead and hit that share button so somebody else can witness this phenomenon with you. But for real, so they can tap in, tune in, and get turned on into the energy that they need in their life. So go ahead and hit that share button before we go any further. Do it, do it, do it now. And I'm excited today. We have a guest. I hope you're excited too. So let's go ahead and get started.
The enigmatic entrepreneur whose words will make you sure. Know, trust, and believe. The master teacher has come to help you succeed. The gem dropper, the truth speaker, the voice in the universe that will bring you to your highest peak. Welcome to the Get High on Motivation show with Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator.
The time is now. So pick up and put on your crown. Goodbye to yesterday. Welcome to life eternal.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, love bugs. It is your favorite motivator, Mimi the Motivator. And this is the Get High on Motivation show. So if you are a first timer, let me tell you the rules around here. You have to be committed to becoming 1% better in one area of your life if you're going to tune into this show. That's what we do. We get 1% better in one area of our life every single day. We're working on getting our mind, our body, our spirit, and our finances right, because all of those make a wealthy person. And I know you want to be wealthy. That's why you're here. So to my regular love bugs, hey boo, I'm glad you're back with me for another week. So make sure you go ahead and share this show with somebody, because we are excited today. We got a guest. You know, every blue moon we sprinkle some guests in here, and we have a guest today, and she is gorgeous. She is phenomenal. Y'all just better be ready. I'm telling you, better brace yourself, because you are not ready. If you are somebody who is listening to this as an audio, I suggest that you go to Facebook or go to YouTube and find the replay. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that right now. So let's go ahead and get started this morning. As always, we'll have our food for thought. My tea bag didn't have a tea bag string on it, so no tea bag today, but we still do have some food for thought. So our food for thought is coming from Dr. Wayne Dyer's Getting in the Gap, making conscious contact with God through meditation. So what Mr. Wayne Dyer says is that we're just as much a part of the miraculously creative panorama of nature as flowers, the sunsets, the seedlings turning into palm trees, the changing of the seasons, and everything else. It's being outside the gap and listening only to the ego that keeps us from living at the level of being able to manifest. So this is how the universe works. Because I would have never grabbed this book if I did not have a tea bag to read to you. And it just follows right along in what today's conversation is. But this whole book is about getting in the gap, and how in that gap between us inhaling and exhaling, the gap between opportunities in life, that's where the real magic occurs, is what I want to say. That's where the real manifestations occur. But when you are clinging to your ego, it keeps you from getting in the gap. You want to be able to get in the gap of even what's going on. If you're in between jobs, get in that gap. Make the most of this time off. Don't be sitting there complaining, these people fired me, I ain't got no unemployment, or whatever might be going on in your world. I don't know. But fill in that gap is what I want you to know. Know that you are a miracle. You could have been anybody, but the universe chose you to be you just how you are. There's nothing that's better than being a human, because nobody's going to come and mow us down like they're going to mow down the flowers. We get to live, we get to thrive, we get to decide which way we're going to go. You are a miracle. It's a miracle that you are here. So take advantage of that. Honor that. I don't want to be nasty and scientific on y'all, but it was a whole bunch of little sperms that was running around in your daddy, but you were the one who made it to the top. It was you. Because you are destined to be here. You have a purpose in being here. And if you have not started living your purpose, it's time to get to it. It's time to figure it out. It's time to know what your passion is and to get paid for it too. Because that's what it's about. Not sitting here exchanging your time for money for somebody else's dream. How many people are investing 40 hours a week to build somebody else's dream when they have a dream of their own? Think about that. You could be building your own dream right now instead of going to that 9 to 5. And I'm not knocking anybody with a 9 to 5, because your 9 to 5 can be your number one investor. So know that. That puts you in a position to be your number one investor if you are wanting to go into entrepreneurial world. But know whatever idea, whatever vision, it was given to you. So it's up to you to grow and to flourish just like a flower, to grow your dream and allow it to be. Stop holding your dreams back. Stop keeping them to yourself because you're scared people are going to judge them. People are going to judge you anyway. That's just what they do. It's what we've been programmed to do, to judge each other. But don't judge. Don't compare. Don't compare your journey to where someone else's is. You are where you're supposed to be. You have what you're supposed to have. And if you don't like it, then it's time for you to change who you are. Because life doesn't change until you change. It's a be, do, have model. You change who you are, it'll change what you're doing, and then it'll change what you have. So if you're not happy or satisfied with what you have, first of all, you got to get happy and satisfied and want what you have so you can have what you want. Start honoring what you do have. Start celebrating the abundance. If you find a penny on the ground, you be like, abundance! You got to be like that out here. You have to. When you really want to be a magical manifestor, if you want to be a master manifestor, and today we have a master manifestor on the line. So if you don't have pen and paper ready, I'm going to sip my tea, give you a little time. Because I guarantee today you are about to get some nuggets. Today I have this beautiful lady right here on the screen. Her name is Lenaise Meyeil. So y'all know I prefer to bring folks I know. And I know this lady in real life, okay? She is a superstar. If you haven't met her, then now you're about to meet her. If you haven't connected with her on social media and followed her, you need to make it happen because she's out there everywhere. So not only does she have a degree in psychology, she is very well read. She's very well educated. She has books, okay? Books, okay? She has one that she put out when we were very young. She is so ambitious. I'm telling you, you want to be like her when you grow up. She is none other than the Rowdy Rose, Lenaise Meyeil. Good morning.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate this opportunity so much.
Well, we are glad to have you. You know, I get folks all the time want to come on my show, but I'm like, I don't know you. And I have a list of people that I know in real life that I'm like, at some point and someday they're coming on. And you know, I have reached out to you and I'm like, I'm bringing you on my show. And here you are finally. So we finally got it to happen. And I'm grateful to see you. You look amazing.
You full circle. So funny story, really quick to go back to you saying you were gonna have me. When I went to try and do the bio, I Googled. I put Lenaise bio in my email, and your email came up. You helped me write my bio in 2018.
Oh my God. I don't even remember that.
Yes, I didn't either until I got it, and I said, "Look at the universe, just bringing it full circle, full circle."
Yeah, so Miss Kim Connor says she loves that shirt, Queen. What you need to know is that shirt. You need to know about the mind behind that shirt. Go ahead and tell them about your shirt before we get started on this conversation.
Thank you so much. So this shirt is Rowdy Rose. It is part of my line. My brand is Rowdy Rose Shopify, Rowdy Rose Instagram. And so this shirt was created from my dream of having my own line. My family and I did visit Africa in 2020. And I fell in love with the fabrics, the culture, the people, our ancestors. And I was just destined to do this, to do fashion. And it came to me to upcycle graphic tees and add the sleeves. So this fabric is from Africa, from Accra, Ghana, and it is part of Rowdy Rose. It is available for purchase online, but more than that, it is a dream manifested. You know, it's our wildest dreams. Who would think I would go back to the motherland and not only manifest my dream, but also bring their dream to us, to connect to our roots.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So today we are going to talk about manifesting. And why I had to call you on this is because I consider you an expert on manifesting. Let me
Thank
tell y'all
you.
something. Her birthday was coming up and we don't talk very often. Background story. We are roommates from college. How we met, we were in a stairwell. Everybody kept on saying that, do you have a twin? Do you have a sister here? And I'm like, no. Well, it's a girl that's dressed, y'all dressed the same. Y'all always wearing the same thing. And I'm like, no, ain't nobody dressed like me. Y'all, we
Style.
walked in the stairwell, one of us coming up, one of us going down. We had on the same exact outfit, head to toe. The only thing was different was our tennis shoes were a different color. We were Tommy Hilfiger head to toe, but it was like love at first sight. We were friends at first sight. So we became roommates, and then you can imagine all the clothes and all the fashion that went on in that room. It was ridiculous, y'all. Especially with this one. Not me. You might thought it was me, but no, it was that one right there. You know.
Mostly we shared the energy. That's what it was. It was the energy. We
Yes.
shared energy, girl. We did. I love that.
Yes. So, and we still do. So we may not talk on a regular basis, but she reached out to me because she knew I would understand. If nobody else understood about manifesting, I would. And everybody knows about the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. But let me tell y'all, she had breakfast at Findy's, and it was something to see. Trust me. Go find her on Instagram, look her up, and scroll back, and I'm sure you'll find something in there. I'm sure of it. Tell us, how did that happen? Tell us the story.
So if you remember, I called you and was just telling you all of my little heart's desires and how unhappy I was and uncomfortable I was and how I was having these what I call weird things happening. And you, of all people, you like you said, I knew you would understand. So I was just telling you these feelings I was having and these dreams I was having. But my reality was unhappy and I felt really miserable. And you just motivated me and said, you got to go for it and put yourself in that energy and that feeling to where you live in it. You're a master manifestor, Lenaise, and you just kind of encouraged me and reminded me, Mimi, of who I was. And because I had forgot who I was, and I just was in a very uncomfortable place. So you said, "Well, what do you want? Tell the universe what you want." And so, I started telling you how if I could have my way, if I could have anything I want, I would have a party with breakfast. And I told you about a past party I had attended where they had finger food breakfast, and I just told you what food I would have and what I would wear. I would design my own outfit, Rowdy Rose, and I just talked about breakfast at Tiffany.
Yeah.
And as the universe will have it, you put out there what you want and you dream it and you feel it because it's all about the energy. I felt it. I was happy. I was smiling as if it had happened. And it actually did. So I had the opportunity where I was telling a friend the same idea. I was like, if I could have my way, this is what I would do at Tiffany. And my friend has a lot of connections. And she says, I have an idea. And it wasn't even in the same day. She called me back days later and said, I really loved your idea of breakfast in Tiffany. I want to do something for you. She said, it's not going to be at Tiffany. What about Fendi? And I'm like, universe.
Come
He
through.
brought that to me or its equivalents. It was just amazing. Again, it was something I manifested. I thought about it. I put it out there. I asked for it and it
Yes.
came back to me.
Yes. Yes. That's how it works. She put it out there. You heard what she said. She put it out there and it came back to her. That's why we talk about using the word desire. That's exactly what the word desire means, is to put it out there and allow it to come back to you. So let me ask you, after you manifested that, what were the first thoughts and feelings that came to mind?
When she came back to me with that, I started just crying. Thank you. Oh my God. Thank you so much. And, the universe spoke through her. She just started, affirming me, just what I
Yeah.
needed to pour into me. She started making me feel my magic. It was always there, but she is like the universe spoke through her and said, you are deserving. You are worthy. What made you think you couldn't have this? And then I started to remind myself, I am the child of the most given, loving Father.
Yeah.
Abundance, birthright. Prosperity is my inheritance.
Come
And then
on.
from there, that feeling, that what I just described, it took me further. And then more magical things started happening. Things started showing up for me. You know, the things that went wrong didn't matter. And when I got to Houston, that energy, I was just like, I could do anything. And from
Yes.
there, manifested the future. I mean, I started manifest Rowdy Rose. The rebirth of Rowdy Rose was manifested. I was surrounded with people that brought out my magic, Mimi, and it just created more abundance.
Yes. Yes.
That feeling was like the best feeling ever. I was happy. I was very happy.
Yes. It's important that you talk about that feeling because the feeling is what creates the manifestations in real life. It's not the words. You know, like we get together every morning on Clubhouse for Billionaire Mornings
Okay.
and we say affirmations, you know, and one of the affirmations that we say is that I am a no limit manifester. You know, and with the first time I ever said that, it resonated with the whole room. Everybody was like, I like that. You know,
Yeah,
they said that one with a little more power, you
I love
know,
it.
and I was like, yes, we are no limit manifestors. You know, I
Yeah.
don't know what I have to say to people to convince them that they were made in the image of a creator, which calls them what? A creator. You can
Exactly.
create. You have this same power. Step into it. I have to remind myself sometimes, you know, because I forget. I fall off the boat or I fall off my magic carpet ride every now and then. And I'm like, wait a minute now. Something ain't right. Because I'm used to living my best life, you know,
Yeah.
no matter what's going on in the world, you know. But manifesting is a whole nother level. And it's something that I've been doing for years, which made me look like a crazy person for a little while, you know, because I wasn't working, but yet I'm paying bills. I done bought a Mercedes with cash, and they're like, wait a minute, how does this happen? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm manifesting. And they're like, you what? I'm like, I'm manifesting. Nobody I was around had even heard of this word. They just was looking at me like I was nuts. Like I had jumped the cliff or something, you know, but it was what I was doing. But my friends around me, as much as they didn't understand it at first, after a while, they were seeing it in the flesh. So even their friends or their family was like, well, how does she be traveling around like that if she don't work? And they be like, man, you need to ask her. Is what like one of my friends always says, you need to just ask her. Because he was uncomfortable telling somebody what I was doing. But now he be like, man, she be manifesting, you
That
know?
part.
Yes.
Exactly. So funny story. When I didn't have words to put to what I was doing, my husband used to call me a witch, right? He would say, you know, you're doing all these things. And really, I was just praying because
Yeah.
that's what manifestation is. You can call it what you want. You can call it God. You can
Yeah.
call it love. You can call it energy. You can call it pure imagination. But at the same time, it works regardless of what you call it. If you believe it or not, it works, right? So
Yeah.
I just to do. I was on a spiritual journey in 2016 going into 17, right? So I was just trying all these different things, and they were sent from God, from the universe. So I was following intuition, okay? So my
Mhm.
husband would say, you know, you're a witch. And then I would say, I would pray for our family, and I would manifest these amazing things, even for him. Can you? Because you can manifest for other people.
Yes.
You put the good out there is what it is for other people, and it comes back to you tenfold, but it also benefits, other people. So long story short, he would call me a witch. And then when he started seeing all these amazing things I was manifesting, he would say, babe, say one of those prayers for me. When you light your prayer candle, can you put a note under it for me? When you talk to the universe, when you talk to God. And guess what I said, Mimi? I said, wait a minute, let me go park my broom, because I'm a witch, right? Because when that magic starts to show and God starts to reveal himself through you, people start to believe. And
Yes.
whether they believe or not, it works. And so he's now a believer, honey. And now when
Yes.
he knows I'm meditating or manifesting or dreaming or even making a vision board, he'll tell the kids, leave mommy alone. She's doing her magic. Or if we desire something as a family, he'll say, babe, do your thing. I got the kids. How much time you need? Because he's a believer now. Because why? His wife is a master manifester.
Yes. Yes. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love it. This is just a phenomenal conversation. And I'm so grateful for you being vulnerable and transparent and sharing this story with me and with my love bugs because we need to hear stories like this. We need to see people having it. And, a lot of times you see it happen on folks, but you don't know what's going on. And you kind of assume what's going on. Oh, well, maybe they got a new job. or that's literally how people think. But it is just when when you're in the know, it's such a wonderful place. It's been a wonderful experience to watch your transformation because, like I said, we may not talk on a regular basis, but hell, I'm on Instagram, and so I've been able to watch the progress of the fashion line transforming, just all of it, and it's tremendous. Like, girl, I got tears over here, had to grab my little tissue because it's exciting. It's exciting to see somebody I know manifesting like this.
Yes, it's true, Magic. I love you. We've always had a universal love for each other and respect for each other, which is why when I was going through that hard time, I know you mentioned, even sometimes me, the motivator needs motivating. And I was in a place, and I've never thought that I would get in such a dark place to where I was literally like feeling like I was dying almost. Like, what is, like you said, you had to ask yourself, like, I'm usually living my best life, and that's where I was like, what's happening? So when you're speaking of manifesting, you also have to speak of clearing blockage. You can manifest all day. Yes, it does work. That's not what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't work if you don't do this, because there's no stipulations to your blessings and prayers. But you can block your blessings and your manifestations. And I was at a blockage then, and I have to tell you, thank you, because with just your little words and believing in me and helping me realize my magic again, it really did help. So sometimes you just got to clear that blockage, Mimi, and those manifestations will flow, because they're not coming. They're just on hold until you clear some blockage. So, when you think of manifestations, also think of clarity, mentally, physically, financially. Clear those blockages, all those negative thoughts you have, and then you manifest, because you can't have a negative and a positive at the same time, right? No. So when you're manifesting, you just want to keep things, clear and not perfect, but just open to receive what you're manifesting.
Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I swear, I think we could talk about this all day long, but we have a few minutes left, so we're going to talk as long as we can. Definitely. So if you were to give my listeners some tips on manifesting, so I heard you mention one, we got to clear the blocks. And how do we clear the blocks? You call me to motivate, book an appointment. Yeah, because that's what I tell people I do. And when I first tell them, they're looking at me like crazy, like what? Especially because they're usually like business owners and stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to help you clear the blocks that you didn't even know were there. Because that's what's keeping you from the next level. That's what's keeping you from an extra zero being on your bank account. All of that. Because no matter where we are, we can always be higher. No matter what you have, you can always have more. No matter how much you've been manifesting, you can manifest it bigger, is what I believe.
Limitless.
Limitless.
It's your birthright, your inheritance.
Come on. So give us some more tips. So we got to clear the blocks. What else do we need to do?
I think just, feed your spirit, read books. Get around. If you don't like to read books, do the audio. I am a YouTube university scholar, honey. I will go on YouTube and type in audiobook or frequency sounds. I just do things to feed my energy and my spirit. I'm not stuck on one thing. I'm not about religion. I'm about spirituality. I'm not about using the perfect words for people. I'm about using the perfect words for the universe and for God. So just clear the blockage, feeding your spirit, getting around people that bring the magic out of you, as well as feed you their magic, to help you not only sustain your manifestations and be able to dream things up, but to also pour it out into the world, because that's what God wants. And then lastly, just to be a good person. You give good, you get it back. What you give, you get. And just to be a good person spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and just keep your mind right. You keep your mind right, everything else flows through your mind and your heart.
Yes, I love it. She's so eloquent. You can tell she's a writer. So I want you to make sure that you look up Rowdy Rose 100 and connect with her, follow her, shop with her. Most importantly, let me start with that. Shop with Rowdy Rose. There's something for you. It's something for your boo, for your sister, your mom and them. Find something for somebody and buy it. Okay? I love you as well. And I'm so grateful that we had this time to be able to share with each other. I want to say we probably got about 2 minutes left before we have to hop off. Um, what are you looking to manifest next? What's next for you? Because I mean, you just always doing stuff. So what's next on your list?
It's up to something, right? So right now I'm manifesting just abundance and longevity for myself and my brand and my family. So I'm just really feeding my soul. And the current, I wanted to say the current book I'm reading. So I'm manifesting a
Yes,
lot.
please.
We
Yes.
could talk about this, but I'm manifesting abundance and just longevity for myself and my family and my brand in this. But you guys, I found this book in a little makeshift library. You know how some people have the little wooden houses, like
Mhm.
bird houses in front of there, and you walk past and you can borrow a book. So I was walking my dog and I got this. This book is so amazing. It has within the last 4 days helped me manifest amazing things, big and small. My family and I went to a water park, guys, and I just kept repeating some of the affirmations. Which one of them is, I am a daughter. I am the rich daughter of a loving, giving father. I manifest and wait, I'm sorry, guys. I got nervous when I get to talking about my manifestations because I so one of the lines is, I am the rich daughter of a loving, giving father. Abundance is my birthright. Prosperity is my inheritance. And little things was just coming to me, just telling me you are worthy of little things. People were giving us tickets to get on rides and leftover tickets that they had that my kids were just like, wow, we got a whole free pass into a water park. It was just amazing the things that you can manifest when you just believe in yourself and believe and have faith.
Yes.
So those are the things I'm manifesting, like I said, is abundance for my family and just love, all
Yes.
around love.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is, if I'm not mistaken, that's a Catherine Ponder book.
Yes, it is,
Yes.
honey.
I love her.
It
Yes.
is so amazing. So I'm really into a lot of the old school,
Me too.
Master Manifestor, Neville Goddard, you
Yes.
know, Catherine Ponder. I mean, like, I am a student of the universe, a master manifester, and I just want to give all of that energy out and thank everybody for the support, and thank you most of all for always believing in me. And
Yes.
see you at the top.
That's
See you at
right. That's right. So, love bugs, we want to thank you for joining us each and every week. Make sure you share this with somebody because somebody needs to know how to manifest. If you know somebody who is struggling through life right now, this is definitely an episode that you should share with them because you can manifest no matter from where you are. You can manifest little or big, as she just mentioned. So, get the tools, get the resources, reach out to your girl, but make
yes,
sure that you are tapping into yourself, following your energy PS system to where you
yes.
desire to be because whatever you desire, you deserve. And
Ask
ask,
first.
yes.
Ask, give
Ask
it,
and
right?
you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the doors will come swinging open for you. I promise that. All right.
Feelings,
So we appreciate you. We love
no.
you. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you, Lenaise, for sharing your time, your energy, and your wisdom with us. This is the Get Higher Motivation Show. I am Mimi the Motivator, your favorite motivator's favorite motivator. See you next week. Bye.